Yeah, I mean, what else are we here for? To make risky fun things. But I mean, for this, in a way, like I remember I was telling my mom, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this movie. And she's like, well, who's playing the main guy? And I was like, this guy, Ben Dickey, he's a musician. He's a good friend of Ethan's. And she's like, has he acted before? And I was like, no, I guess this is his first thing. And she was like, well, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? And I was like, yeah, I guess it will be. But when I Skyped with Ethan for the first time, just the way that our minds kind of melded very quickly, where I was like, oh, I know the kind of movie you want to make, and I'm all about being a part of those kinds of films.
What does that mean?
I mean, we were talking about John Cassavetes' style of filming and just like the kinds of, the passion that Ethan has and everything he does and I was a fan of Blaise Foley. So when he just kind of like pitched me not only what the story was, but how he wanted to make it, I just felt the pathos. I was just like, yes, I want to be a part of this. And it really comes from like trust. So something might seem risky, or weird from the outside, but that's only coming as a reaction to whether you trust something or not. So I trusted him. I was like, I don't know all the facts, but I know enough that my instinct's going to take me to Louisiana. And then when I met with Ben, that's the risk of any... I could work with an actor who's done so much stuff and meet them and be like, uh-oh, this is going to be a lot harder than I thought it was. And he hadn't done any acting, but when I met him, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I just trusted him immediately, I mean, as a person, but his instincts were just so there. It's just like with acting, it's like the knowledge of just like, even if you've done it for so long, I'm like, as long as you don't know you're doing it, then you could still kind of create something new.
And also, do you have like a preternatural instinct for how humans behave?
Exactly.
There's so often where you can meet an actor and you're like, why would you say it that way? A human would not say it that
right.
way.
And they're like, but this is what a cool human sounds like. I'm like, we're in trouble. But yeah, it was just there. And again, the world that Ethan was able to create and all the people that he picked and brought into this very intimate environment, it was like we were just all so present all the time. And it wasn't this thing of like, oh, tomorrow we got that big scene. It was like, oh, this is just the world that we're a part of. And there was just so much trust there. I mean, like, unbelievably so.